What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell Dinero. What am I doing with my hands? I'm not quite sure. Back for another episode. It's episode 295, and we end up building. You know what I'm saying? Got some stuff to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Not really much, but, TV shows is popping. I have another brief little opinion after hearing a bunch of reviews about Spiderman Brand New Day. So I'm going to come back and give a revised opinion. My opinion didn't change too much, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like I was a little harsh last time after first watching it. And after getting some reviews back and kind of watching some more clips, watching the movie again, maybe, may have a little bit more to say about it. And I want to rank it a little bit for you guys and stuff like that. New X-Men, the challenge Cutthroats just dropped. Plenty of news, plenty of stuff to talk about on this episode. So I hope you guys are ready. Welcome to the weekend. Hope y'all doing good. It's Lydell Dinero again. Best of Bias Podcast, episode 295, season 5. Let's get right to it. No long talking. Where that theme song at? It's right here. Let's go, baby. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah. It's the best of bias.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, your favorite podcast of the summer, your favorite podcast of any season. It don't really matter what season it is, you know what I'm saying? It's hot outside, cold outside, medium outside. You know you love. You feel me? But we back for another episode. Talk some stuff real quick. You see how I edited that? First minute, we gotta get there. We gonna talk some mess today. But firstly, y'all heard what we're going to talk about in the beginning of the podcast. There, a little preview, so I'm rehashing it. But hope you guys doing okay today. Hope you guys is feeling okay today. The mentals, how y'all doing? I'll give you some time. You want to take a deep breath together? We haven't done that in a while. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Y'all can hear me okay? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You feel me? Yeah. Thank you guys again for joining me on this beard journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting lengthy out here. I'm trying to grow it. You know what I'm saying? I'm back and forth with a beard, not a beard when y'all see me. But hopefully this ain't freaking y'all out too much. I got a couple grays that's coming up, bruh. How am I gonna get a gray before I even get a full beard? That's kind of counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make me want to shake that shit off, but I won't. For y'all. I cuss. Hopefully it's a minute past. Yep, minute 15. We outside. We outside. But yeah, hope you guys doing well this weekend. Thank you guys for clicking play, because again, you guys could be anywhere in the world today, listening to any other podcast. You may have listened to some other podcasts today, but thank you for clicking play on the Best of Bias podcast, man. We need all the support. Hit that bell, hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the bell too, so you don't miss any new podcasts, because I'll be out here just kind of podding sporadically from time to time. Like, I'll be doing the gaming stuff now. I be posting reviews, reactions. I'm trying to get more on social media. So Twitch, of course, aka be throwing that up there too. Lydell_Dinero. You know what I'm saying? Join us on all these other platforms so you don't miss anything the Best of Bias has going. We try to get stuff going as much as possible just to keep our presence known on the YouTube spheres and areas and algorithms. But without you guys, there's no way we can do that. So I thank you guys for always being here. I'm at 112 followers right now, man. I'm trying to hit that 1,000. Hopefully we can throw that goal somewhere up there so we can let everybody know, man. We're trying to grow. Tell your friends about the pod. We've been working hard from where we started. You know what I'm saying? I know we're just slow on the guests. Y'all probably want me to get more guests out here, so y'all can have some different faces you're looking at every week. But I do apologize. I will call out my resources here soon so we can get everybody out here and participating again. You guys can hear some different voices, some different opinions about stuff, but hopefully there's a community that's gathering that you guys aren't afraid to discuss amongst yourselves and, kind of broach some topics, see how y'all feeling, because, I would love, some feedback. You guys will let me know what you like about the pod, what I can change, if y'all want to be on the pod, if you have something to contribute. Because again, we're trying to do all kinds of different things, and it's really just me and AKA right now. So if you have any interest at all, just try to learn the ropes, have any questions. I'm not the biggest expert in the world, but, I know how hard it is to kind of get started. And, I'm a marketing major, but marketing to everybody and getting my following in is kind of the part that, that needs some nurturing. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to garner this community. We can do it together. You feel me? So anybody out there who's trying to get know the business, you know, get into potting, want to be a part of the Best of Bias pod, Best of Bias media family, just let me know. But also, let's not make this more about me. Hopefully y'all still feeling good out there. Summertime. Hopefully this fucking workforce isn't stressing you guys out, because I know it can do that. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you know, your 9 to 5 is treating you right. You're able to make ends meet and stay afloat. Have some fun this summer. I know the kids is going back to school, so you know what I'm saying? You got a little weight off your shoulders, some more me time, if you will. I know work is still out there stressing you out, but at least, you know, you ain't got to worry about the children at home or children getting into any nonsense, because they're back with in the hands of the teachers. Thank you, teachers out there, for taking the kids off the parents' hands for a little bit during the day. Give them that break that they deserve, and those breaks that they need. You know, every summer I always think about, man, when I was a kid, summer used to go by so fast, but we used to do so much. But when you don't really go to school and you're actual adult living real world life, that shit goes by so fast, and just maintaining regular life is hard enough to. So should you have to try to find something for your kids to do 24/7 when they out of school? That's like a whole nother burden. Shout out to all the parents out there. But anyways, let me get off my soapbox. But thank you guys for being here. Love y'all so much. Y'all big support. Y'all keep me out every week. Keep doing this because of the viewership and the people that come out here and actually give me a listen. I work hard out here trying to give back to the people. You know what I'm saying? And if only one person ever listens to the pod, I would be so grateful. I'm never gonna stop. And I'm happy you guys are here today because we got some good stuff to talk about. We're gonna start with sports, man. Fantasy football is among us. Football is among us. Actually, the Hall of Fame game, fantasy football, not fantasy football, NFL football preseason started today. You know what I'm saying? We had the Cardinals playing the Panthers right now. You know, everybody's excited to get that first fill of football. College football's around the corner. You know, NFL is back. And with the NFL coming back, I think it's September, the first week of September, I think the NFL starts. So we got a couple of 3 or 4 weeks of, I think we have 3. I think they lowered the amount of preseason games. I forgot about that. So I think it's only 3 preseason games, and then we're getting right into the season. So with all that comes fantasy football, man. Best of Bias Invitational 2026 is officially here. I'm going to get this out of the way in the beginning, so I can keep the flow of everything I want to talk about today. But drafts, August 29th. It's going to be a live draft. We're going to try to get that out for you guys. Trying to figure out logistics of it all, but we're gonna try to get it out there. Last year we tried to do it live on YouTube. Didn't really look too good, and it's kind of hard to keep a whole bunch of dudes in line, as well as keep y'all engaged without a moderator. It's a lot of work. So we're gonna figure out something, but we're gonna get the draft out there. You guys can see how I do. We're gonna see how everybody else does, because everybody seems to forget what they did last year by the time the year after comes up. We're gonna document this shit so we can keep it going, show y'all some clips, just let you guys know how we did. So when I talk my shit during the season, you're going to know how I made that team brick by brick from the flow up. You feel me? And I'm going to give some advice that I've been getting. Last year, I'm not going to lie. A lot of the experts and the fantasy football people that I listen to, they let me down. I ain't going to lie. They was telling me a bunch of shit about players who low key are supposed to be these sleepers that nobody was gonna take, or not nobody's gonna take, but nobody was gonna think about getting this. You get this person, you'll win your league. This person is gonna have a breakout season, yada yada yada. And I was really disappointed to find out that a lot of the people that I take based off the advice these guys have been given, it was just all bullshit. It was all propaganda, innuendo, hypotheses, you feel me? And it didn't really turn out. I drafted a team that got injured. Players didn't live up to expectations. Sophomore players are supposed to break out slumped. So I'm just here to give some advice. And I'm following these guys again because they admittedly said that some of the people that they recommended ended up being busts. But, you know, the research doesn't lie sometimes. And when it comes to fantasy football, my first tip is definitely going to be go with your gut. Go with your gut, and at the same time, when I'm saying go with your gut, I say ignore ADP. If you're new to fantasy football, ADP is advanced draft position. That's pretty much the gospel of fantasy football. everybody takes stats on how a player performed in the NFL and just kind of break it all into statistics and rankings and tiers and use their year's production to determine where they should go in next year's fantasy draft. It's all kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of, it's crazy because there'll be a player that'll be great for fantasy football for 4 or 5 years in a row. And then all of a sudden next year, you know, the year after that, 5th year being the first round player, he'll just fall off the map and become an 8th round player. Fantasy football is really fickle because a player can be really good in the NFL, but it doesn't mean they're good in fantasy football. So it's tricky. If you, especially if it's a player on a team that you know is your team or a team that you follow closely, go with your gut. If a team is, if ADP of Yahoo or these sports experts out there saying, oh, this guy that I want should be taken in the 4th round and it's a 3rd round and you know you're not going to get your guy, fuck what ADP is saying, take your guy in the 3rd. If there's a quarterback you want, they tell you shouldn't be taking quarterbacks until late, take your guy. Take your guy. Don't listen to any of the nonsense at all because that's how you fuck up and not get the guy you want. That's how you fuck up and have to settle for somebody you thought was good or they said there's going to be good or is a good alternative to the person you have or want to grab and he should be going a round before the guy you want and you take him and he does nothing and the guy you did want to take ends up being a fucking top 12 player in fantasy. That regret's definitely going to be there. So you don't want to do that. Grab your guy. Grab your guy. 1st round, you kind of have to be smart because if you fuck that up, I mean, this year, you can't really fuck up the 1st round. 2nd round is when you kind of have to get picky because that's how you start your team. You know, if you take the elite receiver in the 1st round, if you want to be risky and take another elite receiver for the 2nd round, that's your prerogative. But my advice, you definitely want to get a running back in the first 3 rounds to pair with an elite receiver if you get in the 1st round. If you take a running back in the 1st round, taking a running back in the 2nd round isn't frowned upon because a lot of the elite running backs that are going to give you at least 18 to 20 points a week are all going to be gone by the 2nd round. So if you want to make sure you get quality running backs that'll put work, get touchdowns and score points for you no matter what, taking running back is cool. But me personally, I've been damaged by these PPR demon receivers, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, the JSNs, the Jamar Chases, the Puka Nakuas. I've seen these guys score like 30 points a week just based off of PPR, how many yard touchdowns they get after breaking away for touchdowns, the points they get for touchdowns in general. Sometimes it's better than a running back who, you know, only gets points every 10 yards and needs that touchdown to actually be super relevant. And you don't really have a lot of those guys. The running backs that are super good and you don't have to really worry about are the ones that actually catch passes out the backfield. Bijan, Gibbs, McCaffrey, guys like that. You don't have to worry about anything really, just because, yeah, pretty much everything is going to be set up for you to dominate. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. And then I also don't overvalue somebody. You know what I mean? Don't be crazy. So I know once we get to the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds, people are like, oh, I'm going to take the best defense on the board. Oh, I don't really know any more players. I'm going to take the kicker. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you feel like you're getting that value there. I know Cam Little can kick 70 yards. If you have bonuses on the kickers, you can score like 10 to 12 points on the kicker alone if you take the right one. I get it. But bro, just make sure you stack your team and account for injuries, take handcuff running backs. You know what I mean? If the opportunity is there to take one of the first tight ends, don't be afraid to do it in the 3rd or 4th round. You know what I mean? You just got to use your mind. Use your gut, but at the same time, don't be crazy. Don't take Travis Etienne or A-Chain as they say now. Don't take him in the 1st round. Don't be crazy. Don't worry about the ADP too much, but something super drastic like that. Alvin Kamara in the 1st round. Like, don't do anything like that. If you don't know football, I mean, you haven't been watching in a couple of years and you're looking at a quick guide, look up on YouTube. Everybody is selling their own guides, ultimate draft kits. Just be smart and we can win some money this year. I'll be giving weekly tips on, who I think is popping, how my team is going, and give you guys some insight, man, because fantasy football, it ain't going nowhere. I'm just now realizing it's been around for 36 years, more than that. They've been doing fantasy forever. I thought they started doing fantasy recently. Fantasy's been around forever, and it ain't going nowhere. So if you guys like the content, I'll keep providing it. But yeah, just keep in touch. I know people are doing their draft soon, so I want to let you guys know I'm still gonna be talking about fantasy football. So if you need me, the advice is gonna be here. We talking about it all day. We have some guests, hopefully from the league this year. Yada yada yada. I said that last year, but who knows? Next in sports, we have a new WNBA team, the Cleveland Sirens. You guys saw the Odyssey. You know what the Sirens are, the mermaids. You know what I'm saying? I love that. They said they didn't want to be the Lady Cavaliers. They wanted their own identity and their own theme, and that's really dope. It's super dope. The colors are going to be dope. The 16th team in the WNBA. The WNBA is growing. You know what I'm saying? You know how I rock. If you follow my stories, I'm always at the Valkyries games. Season ticket holder, going to renew for another year. Just want to be a part of it. It's growing. The community is amazing. The talent around the league is just growing. I'm seeing that the whole South Carolina starting five, they all can dunk. You know what I'm saying? The game is changing, and I can't wait to see what the league has in store. Tempo, what are they called? The Portland Fire, the Houston Comets are coming back. I think they're taking a team away to make the Houston Comets though. And then we got, the Cleveland Sirens now. So yeah, man, it's just another opportunity for, some of this talent that's all around the league. I've seen some of these stacked up teams to be the face of a new franchise, more exposure that way as well. You know what I mean? I feel like they're in the right place. Keep expanding, keep growing globally. I know the sport's going to continue to grow internationally. A lot of stars are coming from international. Shout out Janelle Salon. Shout out Cecilia Zandalicini. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody, all the international channels. Gabby's from France, you know what I'm saying? Even though she played at UConn, but you know what I'm saying? There's talent everywhere. The skills are just increasing. The coaching is increasing. The involvement from big stars, the NBA players is increasing. So I feel like it's all going in the right direction. So I can't wait to see what's next, for the WNBA, and I'm happy that they're growing. So shout out to Cleveland Sirens. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, maybe Juju goes there and is able to get, her own team first year. Maybe she goes to Houston, you know what I'm saying? Gets the face of a new franchise. So I don't know if she's coming out this year. She may make it a little bit. Back to Spider-Man. All right, man. I know if you watched the last pod, I gave my opinion on it. I feel like I didn't trash it too much. You know what I'm saying? I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies that they've made. It just wasn't what I expected, man. Even though Spider-Man isn't always so fully integrated into the MCU as far as like Endgame and shit that maybe, well, he was in Endgame, but I meant to say like Doomsday. I don't think he's like a big piece of Doomsday unless he's gonna sneak in there and we don't know it. But I thought this movie was gonna kind of lead into that. Me personally, I kind of felt like, I don't know, there was really good aspects of the movie. Cause I feel like last time I was talking like that, there was nothing really good about the movie at all. I don't think that's true at all. I just feel like I expected more. Me personally, again, I like Spider-Man a lot. I like Spider-Man a lot, but I feel like since I didn't read the comics, I have hella comics, which is kind of crazy. But I didn't really start collecting Spider-Man comics because there's so many fucking Spider-Man comics. And when I'm reading comics now, I want to start from the beginning and get through all these characters' arcs and lore. So to do that for Spider-Man, I had to start back in, I don't know how long ago. So a lot of this stuff was probably super comic book accurate. And me personally, from all the Tom Holland movies, I wanted to see, because Spider-Man is presented as pretty much a fucking Thor level character at this point. So me personally, I just wanted them to show me how he got this way. Because they haven't really been able to portray in movies how strong Spider-Man actually is. How OP his spider sense is supposed to be, how smart Peter Parker actually is. I'm missing all the feats from the comic book to be like, oh, so that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe that's my bad. Maybe I need to do my due diligence, but man, sometimes it just is like they just gave Peter Parker and Spider-Man all the powers after he gets bit by the radioactive spider. And it's just like, it is what it is. You're supposed to believe all this shit it is the way it is because it is. Like one day he gets bit by the spider, the next day he wakes up buff and he's hella strong. And you don't really get to see him test the limits of his power. You know what I mean? I don't really see him ever, well, you see him get beat up a lot, but you don't really know if he has a healing factor. You know what I'm saying? He can climb on the walls, but my thing is like in so many movies, you saw him lose his powers. You know what I mean? So me as a person, I'm like Spider-Man. Being Spider-Man may be scary as a superhero because you're swinging around the city, the acrobatics and everything. Him swinging through New York, it was crazy. I liked it a lot. It reminded me a bunch of the Spider-Man 2 video game. I just played that, not just played it, but when it came out, I played that, so I'm kind of familiar with that. Yeah, the way you swing through the city, you can just jump so high, his acrobatics in the air. It's like, when did Peter Parker become like an acrobat? Does he train to fight, or is he just able to hold his own with his smarts and his strength? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see Peter Parker train to be hella smart, or train to be hella strong in hand-to-hand combat. How he beats everybody. You know what I mean? It just seems like all of it's just given to him, and he's just all automatically like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if maybe because I watch so much anime, I'm waiting for the training montage. You know, I need to see an arc of him getting to the strength he is now, or I just need to read the source material. But again, I of course I did say it was 7. It may have moved up to a 7.5 for me. Just again hearing the reactions from everybody and kind of explaining why this was how it was. Maybe me personally, again, not being the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest Spider-Man fan because I love Spider-Man, but not knowing as much as I should about Spider-Man, maybe him becoming an adult and him growing out of the high school Spider-Man and him dealing with his feelings and depression is something that's big on the character because that's basically what the movie was about. I'm so conditioned to seeing action, 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 action. I wasn't really ready for the speed of a super emotional Spider-Man finding out about himself, dealing with hormonal issues and stuff like that. And then for it to jump to a young Jean Grey who was just doing shit because she was sad about her sister. I know it's bigger than that, but in the sense of a big Spider-Man production, I expected more of a Spider-Man story. I want to see Green Goblin. I want to see Harry Osborn. I want to see him working at the Daily Bugle. I need all that, man. I can't just sit in a 2.5 hour movie, see him being sad about me personally, thing that he could have fixed, I feel like, a long time ago. But it was awesome. The fight scenes were amazing. The direction of this was amazing. The darker Spider-Man, Tom Holland, all that shit was cool. I just wasn't really super, I don't want to say impressed by the plot. I want to say satisfied. You know what I mean? Shit. I wanted to see Spider-Man kick ass. I wanted to see him take on a level threat. I don't want to say like Thanos, but, and I know it's supposed to be super street level because that's what Spider-Man is, but he's a superhero at the end of the day. I don't want to see a superhero doing regular ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with relationships. We saw that kind of in Superman, and it wasn't done as well, but, and again, interpersonal, social, coming to terms with himself stuff is probably all the kind of shit that Spider-Man deals with in the comics. He's a loner. Uncle Ben dies. He has to deal with not being able to afford a lot of shit, kind of being broke and having to work a regular job. I get that. But it's like, man, this movie was basically about Peter trying to get his friends back. And then Jean Grey ultimately was doing hella shit, but ultimately the stakes were really high because Peter didn't want nothing to happen to Ned and MJ because Jean Grey knew about Spider-Man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was a cool movie. It was really, really interesting, you know. And I know I'm in the minority, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. By saying it, I don't think it was as super, super good as a lot of people said, but I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was bad. In my opinion, it's the I would say fifth best Spider-Man movie. Into the Spider-Verse, I'll do Into the Spider-Verse and I'll do Spider-Man 1. I'll do Across the Spider-Verse. I'll do No Way Home. I'll do No Way Home, Brand New Day, Homecoming, Oh, wait. No. Let me go back. Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man 1. I like Spider-Man 2 a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Spider-Man 2. And then I'm gonna do No Way Home, Brand New Day, Homecoming, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Spider-Man 3. So that's how I'll put those in my order. But again, I just want to throw some facts at y'all about it. I mean, I didn't really mean to spend a lot of time rehashing my opinions, but 6 days in the box office, it grossed $1.1 billion. So it's probably past $1.1 billion as of now. It made over 900 million globally over the weekend of its release. And it's going to keep growing money. I don't know. By the end of the day, it might be bigger in the box office than Endgame was. But, again, I also talked about those pre-sales. Nobody really talks about that. Like, I guess they got away with it, but I wouldn't say get away with it because the movie's going to make money regardless. And Odyssey did it too. So if I'm going to talk about Spider-Man doing it, Odyssey for sure did it. Sold so many pre-sale tickets. So it's like, you already knew it was going to do the numbers it was going to do before the pre-sales, and everybody that got the tickets afterwards and like saw it the weekends after or the weekend of, or got the tickets the weekend of and watched it throughout the week, it's going to add to the 250 that you already basically had from pre-sales. And then you re-release it after Odyssey gets out of the theaters and stop using up all the IMAX theaters. You send it out again. Yeah. And then you revamp that Marvel by throwing out Endgame with the bonus scenes. Y'all eating, it's smart. It's smart. And I actually already bought my Doomsday ticket, so I fell for it too. But yeah, some of these movies you can't really wait. Spider-Man, you could have definitely waited. In hindsight, yeah, you probably could have waited till after. But Doomsday, I feel like the stakes of it, you're going to want to see that shit first. I'm not seeing it on Thursday. I'm not seeing it on Friday. I'm seeing it on Saturday. So I might be spoiled by a lot of shit by then, but I don't know. The movies aren't dead, is all I'm saying. Project Hail Mary, Odyssey, Spider-Man, is giving people what they want, giving them reason to go back to the movie theater, and that's all I really care about, man. I love being in the cinema, or being in the movie theaters, enjoying cinema, enjoying people's reactions to movies. It's just like a mini vacation, a mini joyride you get to experience with a bunch of people, and be entertained for up to 3 hours. It's really intimate, man, and I love the experience. But shout out Spider-Man, shout out Tom Holland, shout out Zendaya, shout out Feige, even though y'all canceling all the Black shows. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tom Holland and Zendaya for back-to-backing, John Bernthal back-to-backing, you know what I'm saying, making all this money. Y'all get it, man. I ain't gonna, I can't downplay it too much, you know what I'm saying? And again, Spider-Man's not my hero, so I don't have too much of a gripe about it. But as somebody that's not, and I'm not gonna say I'm not super well versed on Spider-Man, but there's stuff that I still don't know from the comics that they try to extrapolate. This is the most comic book accurate movie that everybody's saying, so I wish I just knew more, you know what I'm saying? So, Tom Holland Spider-Man's gonna be around for a while, and I can do my own research on how he actually was portrayed in the comics and kind of connect the movies and just come back and maybe talk to y'all about how I feel about the actual portrayal after I kind of do my due diligence and homework. But, you know what I'm saying? I still fuck with you, PD. You know what I'm saying? I still fuck with you for sure. Miles, come on now, you next, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tom Holland, keep doing your thing, brother. You're getting there. What else we got to talk about? But Apple. I just want to talk to you guys. Apple TV Plus. We need to have a discussion about Cape Fear real quick. What the hell was that? What the hell was that ending? I like the twist. Spoiler alert if you, well, I spoiled everything and other shit, but if you guys didn't know anything about Cape Fear, I'm going to tell you guys a little something, but the little twist at the end about him killing his actual son, yeah, that shit was kind of crazy. But the lead up and everything that was happening throughout the show, really predictable, unrealistic. Some of the stuff was for nothing, but it was produced really well, looked really cool. I think it was Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. I don't know why I can't say these guys' names. Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. It was their production, so it looked good, but I don't know. I feel like the writers kind of And again, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it was based off the movie and kind of loosely based on that. But I'm like, bruh, this nigga. Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me that girl that he made kill herself wasn't really had nothing to do with it? So it looks like the sister actually killed the wife, took the baby, and had the baby grow up, and then he shot his man. Yeah. If you guys been watching, you guys know how crazy that shit's been the whole season with the kids, the son becoming a satanic junior, the girl making all these stupid ass mistakes, falling in love with the psychotic daughter, the girl sleeping in the walls, the dad, after them falsely, supposedly sending him to jail, just can move in across the street. Shit happens to him. Shit happens to the family. He happens to be outside watching everything happen. And the cops is like, nah, he cannot be a part of it. There's no way. There's no way he was a part of it. He gets arrested. And somehow gets out of custody. The cops come back to the house. Oh, he got away. Let me just make sure he's not here. Let me do a run through of the house. And then they leave. They let this nigga get out of, they let this nigga move it across the street. But all of a sudden, oh yeah, we believe you. It was this nigga doing it all along. Let's arrest. And he gets away, and they stay at his house for 15 seconds. Where do you think he's at? On the roof. He jumps off the roof, attacks the son on the second story, looking off a balcony, jumps directly on his head and takes him hostage. I don't know how this happens. I don't know. The first 4 or 5 episodes was pretty cool. But once it gets to the end of the series, it kind of gets like, and it's kind of a gripe that I have with Apple TV Plus right now. You know, a lot of shows are good that they have. You know, Widow's Bay. I'll say Widow's Peak. Widow's Bay is really cool. It's just kind of goofy. Silo, I like the first season, but I don't know what they're doing with this second season. I don't know what they're doing. Like, why is it taking so long for girl, is her name Janine? Forgot her name. Whoever the mayor is now, the main character of the show. Why is it taking so long for her to get her memory back? What's going on with that? And then after she gets the memory back, we're gonna have to slow pace everything else in the rest of the season, and before we know it, the season's gonna be over, bro. What else did not like from the news? Shrinked. Maybe I didn't give season 3 a chance because I was going through some stuff at the time, and it was hitting too close to home. So I was like, nah, I don't want to watch it. But I feel like they do a bad job of carrying on the good shows. I haven't seen the morning show, and that seems to be getting a lot of reaction. Severance was good. Season 2 was confusing as shit. Season 1 was great, but season 2 came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing? Sugar. Season 1 was good. Season 2, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, they're just dropping a whole bunch of stuff, and I also have a gripe with everything dropping on the same day. I don't have enough time to watch every show on Friday. Can we spread it out? We can do Wednesday and Friday. You know what I mean? Ted Lasso's gonna come back for a season 4, and I hope it's good, man. I really do hope it's good because me personally, a lot of these seasons the first seasons are great, and we hope that the fan base can stick with it for the supplemental season, just of how much it, stuck with them after watching the first season. But it's becoming a track record. You know what I'm saying? I'm not completely giving up. I'm still going to watch all the shows and try, I'm going to do my due diligence. But I just want to do it for my homework, just to see if you guys actually follow through, if you guys really be caring about giving us quality, or you just really trying to push it out. I mean, F1, personally, I don't want to say it's the last good thing y'all did. I don't want to say that, because that's really, really harsh. And again, I watch your shit all the time, so if I was to say that, I'd be a hypocrite. But quality. I think it might be F1. Your Friends and Neighbors season 2? I don't know. I wasn't feeling it too much. I watched the whole shit. How it ended was really ridiculous. That Vince Vaughn show, I think that was cool. It was cool. But I don't know if you need to do another season. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. But check them out if you want. Cape Fear, Silo Season 2, Sugar, Cape Fear, Widow's Bay. You know what I'm saying? They don't cut me no check, but I watch them all. You got Lucy's out right now. I haven't seen Lucy yet because it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to jump into another one. I just need I need the quality to go up a little before I invest in all these shows. It's a lot of mental time is money out here, and it's a lot of brain power to have to commit to a lot of these shows. If after the first season we ain't gonna get nothing, because you already be taking 5 years for these seasons to come out. Anyways, before I get into House of the Dragons, MTV, to all my challenge watchers, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the weekly episode reviews this year or this season. It's just a lot of new people, a lot of shit going on, and I already know I'm not gonna remember everybody's names, but it's out right now. I think it's season 48 if I'm not mistaken. It's Cutthroats, the challenge Cutthroat, so it's kind of weird. There's a bunch of new people from crazy ass other shows, not only Survivor now, and Big Brother. It's like Deal or No Deal Island, Love Island. I'm sure since they merged with Paramount and CBS, is it CBS? Yeah, I think it's Paramount, CBS. Yeah, they're just getting a whole bunch of the other properties in the Amazing Race, all the other properties on those apps and on those channels. We're just gonna send people over to the challenge so it can just continue to grow forever and the fan bases continue to merge and everything grows that way. But it's cool. Of course, all the new people get to pick the veterans, 3 different teams. But they made it so the 3 teams are trying to vote each other out every week and backstab each other. That's why it's called Cutthroat. Friends that come into the shows are on opposite teams, or even friends on the same team have to be pitted against each other, whether it be since their teams have to nominate them if they lose, Survivor style. You know what I mean? And it's cool. First 2 episodes are out right now. Your favorites are in it, coming back. Johnny Bananas, CT, Nelson is back after his foot being amputated. He's competing and hopefully makes it far, man. The challenge and Survivor has been putting a couple of physically handicapped players on. Well, also there's some mental disabilities. I think one of the players had autism on Survivor, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, just the involvement is really cool, and seeing all these super athletes being able to compete no matter their disadvantages. But anyways, Corey's back, Brad's back, Cara Maria, Tori, and just some of the newer people, Michelle, well, better, I don't give nothing away about him, but Leo, just a bunch of people from other shows, from other challenges and stuff are back. It's a cool competitive, I like Survivor and the challenge and stuff like that. So it's a cool little show to watch as well. It's on Paramount Plus and CBS if you are not familiar. And if you don't watch it, if you do watch, that's where you can find it. I'll probably touch in from time to time if something super happens, but weekly, I don't know, because this shit's gonna be going on for hella long. That's gonna be a little something. It's gonna be hard to get it in when the sports start, but I'll keep you guys in touch, but not weekly. Feel me? House of the Dragons, last episode. I know this episode, and when the newer episodes come out, I'm kind of dropping the pods, and you're hearing about the episode that came out last, and then Sunday happens, and the new one comes out after. So I'm talking about the episode before, so it's last Sunday's episode, if that makes sense, right? So I record on Wednesdays. So I've seen the Game of Thrones on Sunday, but by the time you listen to it, when I put this out on the weekend, the new Game of Thrones almost comes out already. Or Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons already comes out already. But I'll be talking about the most recent one that we saw before this Sunday, and that's basically, I didn't put the name of the episode on there, but I think it's episode 9, because the penultimate episode, I think the newest episode or the last episode finale is this week. But shit went down, man. To just kind of touch on the biggest points. Rhaenyra's still tripping. She's looking for Sheep Stealer's rider. She's starting to realize that, Daemon has lied. Daemon is gone doing some weird shit. And she don't know where he's at. The coin holder is being accused of stealing coin and is being patronized or being fucking abused by King's Landing and everybody. But Rhaenyra has to keep him as the scapegoat because she's broke and ain't got no money. I think last episode, Rhaenyra sent Alicent over to Harrenhal to go, I don't know, kill Aemond, I guess. Yeah, to kill Aemon, I guess. I thought she just went there to talk to him, maybe bring him back, make him surrender. But she went out there to try to kill him. So she went up there with a hitman. Of course, everybody goes to Harrenhal, gets maxed out and killed by Aemon right away because niggas been going there trying to kill him for forever. But he's actually staying there at this point. We don't know where Vhagar has been. We've been hearing about him causing damage and doing shit around places, but we ain't seen him in a minute. Aemon is just chilling with the witch lady, having dreams about having sex with his mom, which is fucking crazy, bro. Which is fucking crazy. I don't know if this fucking haunted ass castle place is corrupting his mind, or this motherfucker really wants to bang his mom, but he needs to chill because, hey, bro, even if it was a hallucination, this nigga took it to the maximum. He took her clothes off, got on top of her, and then she was like, now you about to give me a baby. I was like, hold on, this better not be real. And it changed it to the witch lady. I was like, all right, bro. Amen. You tripping, brother, man. You are tripping, brother, man. The incest is on a whole bunch of different levels in this show. But somehow we just look past it and just, love it for the dragons and the drama, but the incest is okay. But hey, man, dragons, you feel me? In white hair. But yeah. What else happens? We see the arc of Aegon come to a full circle, man. He thought he was down and out. He's just trying to find somewhere he can just fucking chill out and lay low. Rhaenyra thinks he's dead. Everybody he meets is trying to kill him. If they find out he is actually the king, he's Aegon, they try to kill him. Him and his hand, I forgot the hand's name, the nigga that has a foot fetish. They was walking, and the dude that survived from the ships. I don't know how he survived after having all that armor on and getting knocked off a ship by Corlys and them, but he survived. But yeah, they're heading someplace after killing the motherfucker that found the crown in his bag, having to murk somebody and bury him in a shallow grave. They said, let's get the fuck up out of here, dip for some other place, and just kind of try to chill out. But Rhaenyra's army of 20,000 men is coming the opposite way. Everybody's running because, these 20,000 men, they want to pillage, take shit in more ways than one. Crazy ass motherfuckers. Like we saw that shit in the Odyssey. And they're like, go the opposite way or else we have to get caught up. And then Aegon was like, fuck that. I'm gonna keep going. If we get caught, we get caught. Fuck it. Ain't nothing to live for anyways. He gets caught up by the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, fuck it. I ain't no bitch. I'm about to go out on my sword. 20 million of you guys. I'm Aegon. I'm the king. Rhaenyra wants me dead. Come get some, you little bitch ass boys. And then his dragon coming out the back. Sunfyre with the zombie face matching his and Dracarys and everybody. She was raw. Classic moment for sure. Even, and, the drama came to an all-time head when Rhaenyra, Daemon met Rhaena in some secluded area. Her, Brexys and Sheep Stealer always, they got beef. They definitely have beef because every time they're together, they one snap away from going at each other's throats. But Rhaena gets caught outside. She don't want to be, tucked up anymore. She's ready to pay for her sins. She's trying to go out and find Vhagar and then try to make up for it by killing Aemon and killing Vhagar. But Vhagar's a super dragon. It's kind of like a suicide mission anyways. Rhaena was like, she don't give a fuck anyways at this point. Everybody hates her. So she's kind of wants to go out on her shield. But Daemon's comes through and is like, nah, you gotta chill out. I can tell Rhaenyra everything. I can vouch for you. You're my daughter. She won't just kill you right away. She won't just kill your dragon right away. She'll be able to understand it wasn't your fault, which it really wasn't. If she kind of explains what was happening, she found this dragon. The dragon was doing whatever the fuck he wanted. I tried to help in the battle. The dragon fucking went crazy. Don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But, sometimes when you go too far and you're too far gone, she didn't think it was a possible way. But once the three dragons and Rhaenyra popped up, it was on. The dragon fight, I felt bad for Sheep Stealer though. It's like a little kid that ain't really had nobody teach him the way. You know, he's been getting ridden by Reyna for like what, 2 weeks now? He don't know he ain't supposed to fuck with these dragons that have been friends for years, you know what I'm saying? He's just trying to eat some sheep and chill. But he did interfere and get Jace killed. And Rhaenyra right now she's really, ego and perception is everything, bro. So if all those people were there and saw her not get retribution for Jace's murder, especially when Jace's presumed girl, was one of the writers that came in, but Rhaenyra's her sister, so you can't really be that mad. But you can, but you can't. But yeah, the dragon fight was epic. I felt bad for Sheep Stealer. I thought Rhaenyra's dragon was about to get maxed the fuck out by Sheep Stealer, but you know, she got jumped by everybody else. Rexy's came in there. They started chomping on Sheep Stealer. But I'm feeling Sheep Stealer isn't dead, especially if you saw Sunfyre survive getting fucked up by Vhagar. I think Sheep Stealer could, you know, find his way out of it, maybe still be alive. Rhaena gets taken by Rhaenyra back to the castle. She's in jail pretty much and just kind of depressed about it. Lost her dragon. Everybody still hates her. She ain't got no dragon. Daemon's in hot water for hiding his daughter from Rhaenyra, but it is his daughter, so I can kind of understand where he's coming from in that sense. But yeah, that's fucked up. And again, Orland is fucking shit up, man. He cut off Corlys's finger, has him hostage, and at the same time is turning Ulf and kind of taking his dragon off the table too, and using his fucking, Ulf is an idiot, bro. Like, stay out the tavern, stay in the castle, you know, find some ladies there, find some alcohol at the castle. You know what I'm saying? I know they have you on dummy missions, but you wasn't shit until you got a dragon. Chill the fuck out. You'll get your house, you'll get your castle, everything is settled, but Orland's gonna manipulate him into, hopefully Ulf is trying to have a super redemption arc and it's acting like he's helping Orland, and in the last episode he'll fucking kill Orland, you know, on some cool shit. Darian doesn't seem like he fucks with Orland. Orland doesn't like dragons, so I feel like they're not gonna use those dragons to win the war. I feel like he's gonna find a way to either suppress Dorian's dragon, kill Ulf's dragon, kill Ulf before he even gets in the battle. But I don't know. Orland, yeah. Dorian's homeboy. I don't know if that's his brother or his cousin or something like that. He don't like Orland. He don't like how Orland's moving. I think they said something about Orland being super homophobic and his homie being actually probably gay. Dorian's friend, cousin. So I hope they get some retribution, man. Get up out of there. I know Dorian and Helena, they don't want to be a part of this war, really. They just kind of want to live their lives. You know, one got a dragon, one's about to have a baby by her brother, which is kind of weird. And doesn't really want her baby to get taken. She had one of her kids killed, you know what I'm saying, in his sleep over this war. She don't want another one taken and have to be a victim of the war as well. So again, I've been thinking she's gonna eat that nightshade worm and probably kill herself or jump off a balcony or something, just to kind of prove a point and end the battle. The non-ending battle of trying to get that Iron Throne, and they're just going at each other's necks, killing whoever. Nothing's off the table. You know, it's just all craziness, man. It's all been crazy. And I can't wait to see where it ends up, man. I love Game of Thrones. I love, of course, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I love House of the Dragons. House of the Dragons may be my least favorite of the three, but it's still super amazing. It's still interesting. The drama, just the character building, the dragon fights. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to be wanted. A lot to love about the show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. How do you guys like the show so far? How do you guys been liking the series? You know what I'm saying? Type down in the below. Let me know how y'all feeling. Last show I want to talk about with y'all before I get y'all up out of here. X-Men 97, the new one. X-Men 97, season 2, episode 8, Dead Man's Hand. We got Gambit back. We've been seeing the last 2 episodes, giving us hints of Apocalypse, bringing Gambit back as Death, as one of the Horsemen. They've been hinting at it. Last episode, they found a dead body of Apocalypse. Presumably, I feel like I said that a hell of times. Gambit's killed him. And he actually, I don't know, is he actually possessing people? I think he is possessing people in this shit. He actually has Apocalypse inside of him. So he's not necessarily brought back to life and living on his own accord. Apocalypse kind of fused himself inside of Gambit, and he's going around kind of like he went back to New Orleans. It's a bit. See, this is one of the comic books I did read, even though I don't remember his ex-girlfriend's name and his brother's name. His brother gets killed in his comic book run, and he goes on a revenge tour. And the girl that he's dating is in a League of Assassins, her family. And though they made a cameo in this episode, which is really dope. He went back to his hometown in Louisiana and possessed them to make them kind of part of his kind of army. Of course, Gambit comes back and finds Rogue and the X-Men and makes it seem like he's back for real, but he's really there to fight. Yeah, it was another episode where they just displayed a bunch of X-Men fighting. This one, personally, they did a really big highlight of Nightcrawler, bro. The fight scene of Nightcrawler in this episode, if Nightcrawler is one of your favorite characters in X-Men, like it is one of mine, and he got down. Three of my favorite characters have been in the show pretty predominantly in this season. Colossus is one of my favorite characters, Gambit's one of my favorite characters, and Nightcrawler. Pretty much my three favorite X-Men all together right there. Just showing their powers and showing the world that they, reminding them how dope they are. Nightcrawler personally maxed out all the X-Men. Rogue, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Professor X, Beast, Archangel, Cable, just teleport, pop, pop, teleport, pop, pop, dropping them out the sky. She was clean. Cable, wanting to kill Gambit, Gambit being able to touch Rogue as Death, and as he's possessed by Apocalypse, that was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of did the whole Spiderman on. I'm thinking that he's normal, but it was really Apocalypse the whole time. It was cool, man. These episodes are kind of short and sweet. And they really just pay homage to a lot of the comics as well, and the comic book teams and stuff like that. X Factor was in this again at the end. I don't know. They just really nerfed Professor X in this. I don't know why the telepaths are like the weakest, but I guess they're just trying to display other people's powers. But all Professor X did all season this season was mourn Magneto's death. Like that was his boyfriend. Again, there's nothing wrong with being gay. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but I don't know. I don't really remember Professor X to have been so deeply attached to Magneto. Yes, it's like his brother and shit like that. But every scene in X-Men this season, he's just crying every time somebody mentions Magneto's name. So he's even mentioned, how am I supposed to go on without you type shit. It's like, bruh, I don't think it's that deep with Professor X. He's not going to be completely immobilized, no pun intended, because Magneto died. That's not really realistic. They were involved, but they weren't involved like that. You know what I'm saying? But this season is really cool. They actually announced there's going to be a season 3. This season they did a really good job of highlighting, I wouldn't say lesser known X-Men, but other X-Men that people maybe not know as much, and try to give little Easter eggs on their backstories. They did Wolverine, they did Polaris, they did Colossus. They did a couple of episodes of Nightcrawler in his origin, and of course they did Cable, Bishop. They did Apocalypse, you know what I'm saying? They did a lot. They did, not Nathan Richards, but Nathan Summers. They did a lot of origin stuff and letting you know what these people, they even did Kang. They even did Kang the Conqueror. So a lot of call outs, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of informational episodes. Kind of gave you the feels of the old 97 series too, because they did throw a lot of cameos of characters in there. It played a lot of homage to the characters, so I appreciated it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it as good as first season, but this season wasn't bad. But I don't think they closed it completely. I think the next episode they have to have the X-Men from the past. Like I haven't seen Wolverine in a minute, so the full team meet up and actually come to a head with Apocalypse, and I think they're just going to reveal that Magneto's not actually dead. He's probably been somewhere fighting him the whole time. But yeah, it's good. Go watch it now. It's on Disney Plus. I know Disney Plus been tearing you guys up. If you ain't got the super high tier of Disney Plus, you've been seeing all the ads. I can't stand ads on these apps now. I had ads on Amazon Prime, but like, what's going on? Why we need tiers for Amazon Prime? But yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get you guys some information out. I didn't want to let the week go by without me getting you guys some information. I did drop the last episode late. If you guys want to hear that review about what I thought about Spider-Man, the first review in the past episodes of these shows and some more pop culture stuff, go watch that new episode. It just dropped. Well, not the new episode, but the video for last episode 294 is out now. Just recently dropped. Go like that. Hit that like button just so it can get higher in the algorithm. We can get some love on that. AK works really hard on that video. I know he'd be busy, so getting those videos out is not an easy task all the time. So show some love and show us you actually do appreciate those things and y'all checking us out. So I know it's better than audio, just audio. You feel me? You get to see me. You get to see what we popping, what's going on around me. It's probably, is it distracting? If it's distracting, I can change that. Just make a green screen or some bullshit. But hope you guys like it. Again, hit that bell so you don't miss any of the new podcasts, new shit coming every week, man. I'm gonna try to diversify it so it's not always just me and a bunch of topics. But I do work on I have a regular job on the other side, so it's kind of hard for me to change it up all the time. But hopefully the topics I talk about you guys are interested in, and I'm not just talking about shit you guys don't care about. You guys can let me know, hit me in the comments and let me know what you guys want to talk about. If I miss anything, I get some music on here. I know Cardi B dropped some music. There's really good music out right now that I haven't talked about. But yeah, I don't want to hold you guys too long every week, but hopefully this was enough to hold y'all over till next week. Episode 295 is in the books. It's your boy Lydell_Dinero on Twitch, SAC_Dinero on Instagram, Patrick_Lydell Dinero on Snapchat. I know it's a lot of different shit. I'm gonna work on centralizing everything to be one, but I got 2 Instagram pages for sure. Best of Bias is where you find all the podcast stuff. Clips always gonna be posted on the story. Look out for where I'm at. You never know where I'm gonna be checking stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. So a lot of the topics we're gonna be talking about, new posts, new previews, new clips, new reaction videos, everything coming soon. New gaming videos coming real soon once I get back into the mix. After these cons, man, I've just been trying to slowly get back to the normal vibe of things, but I'll get on some games soon. I still want to get on one of those fighting games, the Avatar game or the Tokon Marvel game. I'm gonna get on one of those. Rivals, the hood just dropped in the new season. I think they're dropping this weekend, so I'm gonna get back on that. GTA, I might get in a new server with superpowers and shit, bro. So it's gonna be a lot of shit that I'm gonna be posting for y'all for the content for that as well. So follow me on all these different platforms. You ain't gonna miss a thing. But until then, this is the end of the podcast. And where that theme song at? Y'all be well. It's your boy Lydell Dinero, season 5. We out of here. Yeah.
Top 5 thus far, y'all niggas subpar. I'm Tiger Woods with the flow, y'all Tiger driving cars. Oops, that's too soon, live from the bedroom. I'll take her down, boom, boom. So it's boom, boom, room. Get it, it's for life. Plumbing now, I'm laying pipe, no digger free, it's on after sight. Acting right is recommended, spending time gets so expensive, especially when you acting different.